I think one of the biggest things in life, maybe not just in careers, is communication. You know, not everybody's going to have an extremely outgoing personality or be the life of the party, and you don't have to be. But can you carry a conversation with somebody? And can you carry a conversation to the point where you're well read enough or intelligent enough or up to date enough to have at least a base knowledge of a little bit of everything, not just being a one trick pony where you can only talk sports or you can only talk basketball, or like, are you up with what's happening in the world? And that's not to say you have to sit and read the newspaper from beginning to end every single day or scour the websites and be up on, but do you have a base knowledge? Are you aware of your surroundings within your community, within your province, within your country, within the world? And I think a lot of that, I think, will help you in whatever you do, whether you're stocking shelves or whether you're the CEO, whether you're an athlete or whether you're a broadcaster. Can you have a base knowledge to be able to communicate with people on an even level? And the other thing to that point, I would say is, and I'm guilty of this myself sometimes, as you've seen, I tend to go off on tangents, is, are you actually listening to somebody when you're in a conversation with them? Or are you just waiting for the pause in the conversation for your chance to talk? And I think that applies to personal relationships with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whomever they may be, with your parents, with your friends, with your educators, with your teammates, with your boss, anybody. Are you actually listening? Are you actually engaged in the conversation? Or are you just waiting for them to stop talking so you can talk, or stop talking so you can walk away and be done with it? So are you actually engaged and listening? Because if you actually are engaged and listening, you'll learn, and hopefully you'll teach as well. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about being a sponge. So I think communication is key to all of it. To be able to go into a social setting or a professional setting and carry a conversation with somebody. Because let me use even the Scotty Barnes example. What if I was like a powerhouse agent? What if I was the head coach of, I don't know, the Australian national team? I don't know. I'm not just some Joe Schmo, reporter, broadcaster that really in the end probably doesn't matter to Scotty Barnes. What if I was somebody, quote unquote, important? Not to say that anybody's any more or less important. You know what I'm saying though, folks, right? Like, what if I was somebody to him? The fact that he approached me, looked me in the eye, shook my hand, introduced himself, had a conversation, that's going to go a long way if that's a potential employer, if that's somebody that's going to open a door. What if I'm, again, not to say that anybody's more or less important than the next, what if I'm the CEO of Coca-Cola and I walk away from that going, man, that's a kid I wouldn't mind doing a sponsorship with. And suddenly Scotty Barnes finds himself with a phone call through his agent to be doing commercials or speaking engagements or whatever. You never know who you're going to meet, who might take something away from a chance encounter, a brief encounter, whether they be somebody that's going to open a door for you in a month, in a year, or in 10 years, somebody that you're going to encounter and run into again at some point as you go through all those different paths of life that I spoke about. So to me, being able to talk and communicate maturely, respectfully, and be engaged in those conversations and not just kind of head down, not looking at people in the eye, monotone, shy, aloof. Have confidence in yourself, have confidence in the conversation, and be responsible with it, not arrogant about it, because you never know who might help you and who you might be able to help one day as well. And so to me, I don't know if I answered that question, but I think communication is the transferable skill that everybody could use no matter what they end up doing in life.